Okay, so this one is a good one. So scan, upload, and create. Right now you have to, it's pretty easy to scan, but then you have to take it from the mobile phone, go to PC, upload it, and things like that.
I love this. This is, everybody that has done level 3, I need to interrupt you there, certification, they will love this because that's where you spend a lot of time. So sorry to interrupt, but we couldn't resist.
Yeah, so then you just choose export model, and then you choose format, GLB. And then if you have EON-XR, so you can Skype your file or email it, but instead of that, you just choose EON-XR, and then boom, it import it or upload it to, and then you create lesson from there. So you don't have to leave the phone. So next one, please.
Amazing.
So overlay digital assets on top of real environment. So yeah, you can start a video there. EON Merge XR Workflow. So I'm just going to go through, see in case people haven't seen it. You start, in this case, Scaniverse with the LiDAR phone, Apple iPhone 12. And you see the red pieces. That's when the camera have not seen it. You just look around and boom, you're done with the scan. Now you just upload it. You create your lesson. Here you add annotation. Right now you have to add annotation here, but I will come back to when you're going to have an even easier way to just walking around and adding things. So here, now you have the annotation. Now you open it in AR mode to be able to do this auto alignment. Here's model, and you select 3 reference points. Second one and third one, and then you go to the real object and select it, and then boom. There you have it. It's synced up. So you can't even see it. You can see how well it's aligned. The annotation is just exactly on the right spot there.
So just for anybody's benefit to clarify. So what happens is that they are overlaid, but the model on your side of the world it's invisible, right? So all you see is the real environment, correct?
Exactly. So the virtual model is right in under it. But you can't see it. But the attachment, the annotations, and the 3D recording is attached to the model under it.
Exactly.
But for you, it's just kind of Harry Potter magic appearing on top of it. So
yeah,
if you go to the next one, you
because I think it's important. Sorry to interrupt, because this is so fantastic that people don't realize the benefit, all the implications. So one is that obviously when I am in the real room with this moose head, skeleton, whatever you call it, then I see the annotation appearing over the physical object, which is magic. But if I'm in Irvine, California, and you invite me to my spatial meeting to this room, I'll see it obviously, and I can talk about it, and I can walk around in that room, but I see all the annotation in the 3-dimensional model, correct, that you scan. So you have I'm sitting here and standing here on the other side of the planet, but I teleport myself to your room, and we can talk and walk, and you can explain by the fireplace what the hell is going on there. Is that right?
Yes. And you will see that in the next video.
Okay, so sorry, I saw the next video then.
Yeah. Okay. Next video, please. Okay, so here's a car. It's a Volvo V70 that I used to scan it. I put it invisible object right under the car, and I did a 3D recording. And look at that. It's like it's pointing right at the real car. So I'm walking around it, and I see this hand magically appearing here. And this could, of course, if someone knows more about cars than me, they record it on the digital model somewhere else, and I just align it to the car, and I will see it. Someone is talking, like that person is standing next to me. In addition to this, we will also make it, the whole process will go through here. Let's say you import a model, you put it to the right place, and then you're walking around, you take a picture using Google AI that I will come back to, and you can add annotation by talking, and then boom, now you're just ready to share with someone else to interact. Next one, please. Okay, so here's a new patent that was just approved. System and method for attaching synchronized information between physical and virtual. So I talked about this on a sales meeting. So 3 years ago, we had a patent. We applied for a patent for a dome that we were doing at the time. 3 years later, we got the patent, but we didn't sell the dome anymore. So we thought, okay, let's think about the future. Where do you think we think this is going? we think that it will be possible to easily add to attach a virtual object on top to a real object. Then we came up with this idea, and we got it approved 2 weeks ago, and this is like perfect timing, because that's exactly what we do. So it's like someone else is attaching information to an object, and I'm just looking at it, like the 3D recording playing back, and vice versa. And it's actually covering kind of how did it. I'm surprised no one else have patented this, because it covers quite well how a digital twin. So let's say you have an engine, you have RPM and temperature and everything is going to a database, and you connect that to a virtual object, and you put the virtual object on top of the physical objects, and you can look at the engine and you see everything like the RPM and temperature and things like on top, rendered on top of it, and that's covered on this patent. So
I need to interrupt you because I'm so excited about this one. This is serendipity, right? You 3 years ago you do this, and guess what? At 2 weeks before, a week before we actually do it in reality, the patent is approved. But if I'm going one step deeper, the $1 trillion war at the moment between Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft is about this. It's about developing a pair of glasses that will enable to enhance your world and do the digital injection in the physical space. And if you look at when they write the history books 50, 100 years from now, what was the most amazing? Like, we think back when they invented the telephone, or Bell did whatever, Edison did the gramophone, or whatever. What will be remembered about this 10 years between 2020 to 2030 was that humanity transitioned from a real world where most things were tangible to a digital world. And to do that, you need two things, right? You need the ability to have glasses that will come in 2-3 years or so, that basically a supercomputer on your nose that enables you to be in this world and see things superimposed. And you need a platform that enables you, and patents that enables you to do that. This is what you just witnessed history. That's exactly what you see here. And now there's next things. We have about 3 years to crowdsource this, so everybody around the world are doing these experiences. So we are moving from a YouTube era where we just are slave to frames to an experience era where everybody's capturing experiences and teleporting themselves from one location to the other. That was my little comment there. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Next, please. Okay, so Google and Vision AI, so using machine learning, their machine learning API. So you've probably seen Test the Google Lens, and this is quite amazing. So just think about you're walking around, looking at the real object, and you have the virtual object under it, but and then you just take pictures. You take the picture of the wheel or in this case, a motorcycle, and you can, with the API here, you can get the names of different parts that you can use, and then you touch it, but you can also get all kind of different information there. So this is what the R&D team is working on right now. Next, please. EON Spatial Meetings. So to the left here, object-centric, that's how it works right now. You have one person in there that you can see, but we did that on purpose, because when you're standing around an object, you really don't want to see all other people, because it's going to be just super annoying. But when you're inside the environment, which works really, really good, you just put it on the ground, and if you have enough space to walk around, it works nice. But if everybody can see you if you're a presenter, but you can't see the others, you don't really know if they're close to you. So that's kind of so we're going to chop out the elephant in smaller pieces to take one thing at a time, so get this out. So later this month we will get the beta, so you can try it out, and you will have multiple people. The presenter will still be the head. The other people will have the profile image that's floating around there, and will be quite exciting. And also now we're buying more models, so we can get some more environments in there. Okay, so that's the last slide, but that's to kind of wrap up everything what I said. So we always try to make things simple and do it as easy as we can, so you can do things in a minute. And now we really want to do everything on mobile. So if you go through the whole process, you scan, you upload, you line, and you do the walk and talk. But you edit in AR mode. You take pictures, you add information, you add the PDF and videos and everything. You can use voice to text, just point out where it's going to be, and then you invite people, and then you start your spatial meetings. So that's it.
Wow, isn't that exciting? I think Jan and the development team deserves a huge applaud for what they are doing, guys. I'm extremely grateful. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, Jan and team.
Thank you.